Holy crap, it had started. Just... Alright, so... You know what? I was about to make another video and wanted to gather some information for it, but got drunk and I just decided to just fuck it. I'm gonna watch some Steven Seagal videos by myself because I don't usually do it. But it might... What? Ooh, whoa. Seriously? He said that he feels like he's talking to a retarded child? What the fuck is this? This some Arabic? Why?
To the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
Let me tell you something. I just got out of prison for something I didn't do. And before that, I used to, like, you know, study real hard and learned all kinds of different ways to kill motherfuckers just like you.
What you mean, we, white boy? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. From now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Yo, fuck nuts!
I look at it, it's like this fish. People saying, well, I shouldn't eat the fish because the fish is, you know, an important sentient being, and that's true.
Excuse me, sir. I have some news.
Yeah, now you people saying, well, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Yo, fuck nuts!
I look at it, it's like this fish. People saying, well, I shouldn't eat the fish because the fish is, you know, an important sentient being, and that's true.
Excuse me, sir. I have some news.
So,
Yeah, now you owe me some.
so, what's the moral of the story? You don't, you do eat fish. You don't eat fish.
Good pussy. And you know that I know. Yeah, now you owe me some good pussy. And you know that I know that this is all a result of you fucking me. This is the fucking come to Jesus moment. And I was not born on a fucking turnip truck, man. And I was not born at night. I was born in a bright fucking sunny day, man, and I've been doing this for a long time.
I want you to take me someplace where I can find some drugs and some women.
You got 15 motherfuckers in there with guns, and you know it. This intel is fucked up. But before we stick our dick in anything, we're gonna sneak up and take a good look before we commit. Here's the dead enemies and live friends, and all y'all motherfuckers going home.
Roger that.
Let me tack up.
Give me a shirt and a coat from one of those dead guys right away. Quickly!
Maybe I'll survive. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Fellow Seagalian, Holy your God and Savior Stephen Frederick Seagal has blessed you today. Thank you so much, Kane, since 77.
Maybe not. It's
One
like a
second,
monkey
my
trying to
bros.
fuck a football
1 second.
now, really. This whole thing, it's just a fucking mess. Back when you was young, dumb, and full of cum and had a fucking full head of hair, and you were about 50 pounds lighter.
You need to talk to me. You need to listen to what I say, when I say, how I say. And if you don't, I will leave you here to get eaten by the fucking jackals who are coming soon. Okay?
Nice to finally meet you, neighbor.
Nice to meet you.
You meet with her tonight?
I got to clean up my house after that neighbor's child came and dirtied it up, and then, how about if I can meet with her tomorrow?
I'll arrange that for you.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna fuck you up ugly.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
My family has been in business for a while. I think you should try us.
Well, volume. How about volume? You got a lot of product?
You know what you want.
All right, babe. I don't mind if everybody dies, but I will kill you really slowly.
I don't like to really talk too much about myself, but when I'm sailing away, sun shining bright in the sky,
This is it. This is just 5 minutes, guys. Okay, Gringo Steve, cheers to you, bro. And Spence, I hope Steven Seagal is lurking in the chat. Do you hear me right now? Okay, guys, do you hear the audio from the video?
So I can find some drugs or some women.
Let me know in the
15
chat.
motherfuckers in there with guns, and you know it. This intel is fucked up. But before we stick our dick in anything, we're gonna sneak up and take a good look before we commit. Here's the dead enemies and live friends and all y'all motherfuckers going home.
Roger that.
Let me tack up.
Sound okay. Thanks a lot.
Give me a shirt and a coat from one of those dead guys right away.
But do you also
Quickly!
hear Steven Seagal?
Maybe I'll survive. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe not. It's like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really. This whole thing, it's just a fucking mess. Back when you was young, dumb, and full of cum and had a fucking full head of hair, and you were about 50 pounds lighter.
You need to talk to me. You need.
The king of comedy. That's right. This is the same. But I wanted to know, guys, who of you know about the Cringe Conrad, for example, because the guy makes really good videos. Not only about Steven Seagal, but still. And also I wanted also to point out some comments about the martial arts, that Steven Seagal knows some martial arts and he can challenge. I should challenge Steven Seagal. I would pay for it. I would pay for challenging Steven Seagal, bros. Nice. So let's check out the Cringe Conrad video, the first one which I saw of him, because he has a nice music, and also the video is pretty funny also as well. I found about his channel from this video about Bloodsport, and I'm a huge fan of Bloodsport. I'm a huge fan of Bolo Yan, actually. I think this one.
Out for justice. In 1991 Brooklyn, the streets are filled with trash. And not just any trash. This type of trash can only be disposed of by one man. And that man is Steven Seagal. So join me,
That's the guy.
Cringe Conrad, for the highlights of Out for Justice, starring Steven Seagal, playing himself inside a movie while you sit and watch the movie. And this video. The movie begins with the coolest introduction to an action star I've ever seen in my life.
That's just like my impression of Steven Seagal as soon as I saw him. When there was Van Damme, then when there was Stallone, when there was Arnold Schwarzenegger, there was Steven Seagal who showed nothing except for throwing people, and I just didn't understand why people were so raving about him. What was so... I just didn't give a shit about it, because there was also so many people.
But immediately after, Seagal's partner is gunned down by the movie's villain, Richie Madonna. Meanwhile, Seagal hangs out in some kind of vest robe thingy and sips on some delicious orange juice. But before long, he throws on his black beret to let everyone know he's a badass. The chief explains that the killer is someone Seagal and his now deceased partner grew up with. And Seagal says he knows exactly how to deal with this prick. Give me an unmarked car and a shotgun, he says, and I'll take care of the fucking job. Meanwhile, Seagal's soon-to-be ex-wife reminds him they have divorce papers to sign in the morning, to which he replies, "Who fucking cares?" At this point, the movie takes a detour as Seagal drives around aimlessly doing good deeds and sightseeing. First, a guy throws a puppy out his car window, so Seagal rescues it and prays for retribution. Then Seagal buys some seltzer water and asks a kid how his mother's doing.
How's your mother? Thank God.
Then Seagal is propositioned by a lady of the evening and laughs in her face because he can get with anyone he wants anyway.
Oh my God, did you hear what she said?
Oh my God.
Somehow this adds up to expert detective work when he stumbles upon Richie and his goons and a high-speed pursuit begins. And the best part is Seagal seems hell-bent on taking the bumpiest path possible for maximum efficiency. Eventually, Richie holds up at a meat market and has a few of his lackeys sacrifice themselves to Seagal so he and the rest can escape. And when Seagal arrives, the violence is too much for YouTube to bear, so I'll just play you some audio highlights instead.
Yeah, you know, guys, my wife is trying to sleep. She's making sounds about not wanting me to speak out loud. There is no Seagal for her. That's what that's what I have to tell. And also I heard a lot of people talking about Steven Seagal making the movies that his first movies were so real. were they real for you? Because for me, it wasn't real at all. Did you actually try to break someone's arm, holding it in front of your shoulder and pulling it down? This is how you think that the arm would break? What the fuck? Your shoulder will go down more likely than that, and also that all of these his things he made, they look ridiculous. This ridiculous scene in Under Siege 1 when he waved his hands with the knives with Tommy Lee Jones. It looks ridiculous. Doesn't it? I don't know who would ever think that it looks real.
Afterwards, Seagal heads to a pet store and gets his new puppy some puppy chow. Man, this is actually kind of heartwarming. And the good vibes keep right on vibing when Seagal visits Richie's parents to reminisce about the good old days.
You told Richie to get a lawyer. Have him turn himself in. If not, I'm gonna kill him.
Next, he visits a pool hall to kick back and relax with some of his old friends on a low-key evening in Brooklyn.
And don't go pushing my patrons around, you pricks. Ain't cool.
What asshole?
Hey! Are you totally fucking nuts or what? You could have killed somebody upstairs. There ain't nobody upstairs. Motherfucker, you knocked my teeth out.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm with Dom Vittorio, so that means you can't touch me.
That's right, I forgot.
Jesus. Turns out Seagal wasn't looking to mellow out after all. I wonder what made him so tense.
Anybody seen Richie?
We never know.
I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Oh. Somebody should probably tell him where Richie is. Just saying. Next, Seagal recounts the story of how he whooped everybody's ass at the bar, which has already assumed a legendary status. But a heckler in the bushes ruins his punchline.
Bing, bang, boom.
You suck, you
What?
jackass.
Hey, you! Get the fuck out of here!
Meanwhile, Richie hides out at an auto shop, but the cops somehow figure it out. And when the fuzz closes in, Richie's paranoia pins the problem on a sweet and innocent handicapped man.
I never rat you out, Richie.
I'm gonna put you out of your misery.
Please don't, Richie, please don't.
While that's going on, Seagal returns to the precinct and searches his partner's office, where he finds motive for why Richie murdered him in the first place. It appears his beloved and happily married partner was doing the no-pants dance with a lady of the evening. And this particular one...
I actually don't remember any of his movies. I just remember Under Siege 1 or maybe 2. Maybe both of them. They were with the only one name in our country. Our localization. Our production companies always promoted him like a Nico from Above the Law. I don't know, but it was all Under Siege 1 and Under Siege 2 were Nico 2 and Nico 3. So he was like Nico. And that's it. I didn't even know that he did any movie after that.
Woman of the night had some sort of connection to Richie. Anyway, Seagal makes his way home with his puppy, where his wife decides on second thought she doesn't want a divorce and would rather give him a kiss and start fresh. I guess once you go Seagal, you don't go back. But the touching moment is ruined when the heckler from the bushes returns once again.
Jackass!
The dead heckler is joined by more of Richie's goons prepared to sacrifice themselves at the altar of Seagal. And even though one of them gets the drop on Seagal, he's too afraid to find out what happens if he pulls the trigger.
You're dead.
Soon after, we learn the
only one he chooses to be.
woman from the photo is indeed a lady of the evening, named Roxanne, who was also Richie's girlfriend. So Seagal's partner got himself in a pickle when he sampled from the wrong jar. As the final showdown approaches, Richie and his most talented henchmen shack up at a lady friend's place, while the seltzer water kid from earlier rats out their location to Seagal. Inside, the bad guys are having a blast with some disco dust and late night ladies. And I'm sure Seagal doesn't want to be a buzzkill, so he'll probably wait till morning to sneak in real quiet.
Hands on the fucking table.
Jesus, what the fuck's going on?
Well, my prediction was a little off, but I can tell you this. When this final showdown goes down, I have never heard darker words slip from two men's tongues before engaging in deadly combat.
I'm out of bullets!
That's a shame. Because those bullets could have saved you a lot of
Do
pain.
the first
I like pain.
Seagal Yeah. Yeah. Like nobody here shares my compassion of Steven Seagal. I know how hard it is to be the only one to be so passionate about the guy and to be the only one that no one can understand you, especially when everybody in my surrounding circle forgot about his existence. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did body lipo? What the fuck does it mean? By the way, did body lipo? Was it in the movie? Because I've seen this quote. I don't still understand what the fuck does it mean. What is this? Don't ask me. I actually have no idea. Guys, I'm about to make a video which is going to be so much fun. Half of the last night I've been spending on researching on the material for the next video about Steven Seagal. It is going to be so funny. And there is the comment. from another guy that this I'm going to include it in my next video, that the Steven Seagal is the best entertainer of the century, and he might be just like that. The only problem of Steven Seagal is that he needs us, such channels as my or Sensei Seagal or Space Ice or Red Eyes reviews, to fully open his comedic potential. More meta than meta. Steven Seagal is transcendental. Hard to Kill. I only watched really only Under Siege and Under Siege 2. And even out of them, I thought back in those days, I thought that they were so fucking cruel and so fucking unrealistic. This is not what's going to happen in the real life, in real fight as well. So when I found out that people actually think that they were, those movies were realistic, can I laugh in your face? This was my reaction. Can I laugh in your face?
Hard to kill. In a world where Steven Seagal has sex, he gets caught with his pants down and must resurrect from the dead to seek the ultimate revenge. So join.
He has 7 children. The guy has 7 children.
Me, Cringe Conrad,
Just
for the
know.
highlights of Hard to Kill, when Steven Seagal battles corrupt politicians and triggered incels. The movie begins with a normal night for Steven Seagal, grabbing champagne from his friendly local convenience store.
You better dial 911.
Why did you stop selling Doritos?
The Cringe Conrad bro uses a lot of After Effects and Motion Bro effects, and he uses them so nice, and I like this type of editing. I just don't know if you can notice it, because I know that this is Motion Bro because I used to use those plugins.
Mine's bigger than yours, right? It's not fair. Throw it away. It's still not fair, that's right. Okay, how about this? Now get down on my knees. Is this any better?
For example, this. Do you guys think that it is so easy? Just make a smart look in your face, and you are able to break someone's leg just like that. This is what you call realistic.
And now that Seagal's got the bubbly, it's time to go home and make sweet love to his wife. But what he didn't consider are the incels, who are just waiting to be triggered.
Is that you, honey?
Yeah, baby. In the flesh.
Champagne.
Yeah. Does that kind of put you in the mood or anything?
We'll try to squeeze it in.
Kill confirmed.
You should have banned me instead.
Wow. They really just smoked Seagal and his wife for having sex. They even tried to ice his son, presumably because he's the direct result of somebody having sex. Well, at least their beliefs stayed consistent while also limiting collateral damage.
And this is the reason Seagal is so cruel to every people he sees. Yes. This is because every single man on earth is a result of someone's sex, which he hasn't been involved into.
What an absolutely delicious sandwich.
Hey asshole, you and your stupid sandwich.
What the f? That guy was just eating a sandwich. Does that count as having sex? With a sandwich? Anyway, Seagal is rushed to the hospital where the doctor lets his friends down easy.
Captain Holland. What?
And I haven't watched
Steven
this
is dead.
video. This movie.
Most unstoppable son of a bitch I ever knew.
Yeah, well, you got stopped tonight.
Excuse me. Are you with the police?
What do you got, Doc?
I've got a live cop is what I've got. Got a pulse now. Your man's alive, Lieutenant.
Who else knows he isn't dead? Until he can give us some answers. The deader he is, the safer he is.
So now that the bad guys think Seagal's dead, he's able to take 7 years to grow a shitty beard and recover in a coma. And the attending nurse uses a highly advanced technique to get him to wake his ass
I
up.
wonder if it was the real Seagal's beard, because it looks pretty lame as for a beard. And this is pretty much everything Steven Seagal can come up with. The goatee. He can't grow hairs here on the chins, so this is why he grows only goatee.
7 years to grow a shitty beard
But it looks pretty much fake.
and recover in a coma. And the attending nurse uses a highly advanced technique to get him to wake his ass up.
Would you like little pussy, JD?
She's a little bitty pussy.
Look what I've got here. Sweet. Besides, you've got so much to live for. Please wake up.
But now that Seagal's conscious, the bad guys telepathically know about it and send in some bums to finish the job. But lucky for Seagal, the nurse that's been creeping on his unconscious body is here to help. And if there's one thing she's good at, it's making a smooth escape.
When I'm going to make a video about this hard to kill, I'm going to make fun of this escape also.
And I guess one of the perks of being the sexiest man alive is that other sexy people are more than willing to share their swanky mountainside mansions with you, so you can begin your training montage to recover and get back to kicking ass.
Yeah, that's the part of the life. Just look at this shape. The best martial arts hero. Michael J. White, can I laugh at your face? Jean-Claude Van Damme, can I laugh at your face? Steven Seagal laughs at your face.
We should totally have sex.
This is his prime years. And the only thing he can show is this is worse than Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler.
Okay, well that's some pretty sick ass whooping. But as with any self-respecting action film, there's a big cheese that needs to be taken out. And in this case, it's the corrupt Senator Vernon and his inner circle of goons, who have no idea what's...
I made a video about the Steven Seagal's career, and I had to... But back those days in autumn, when I made videos about Steven Seagal and Van Damme and Megan Fox, the only thing was that I had to watch a lot of movies and I didn't want to watch them, so I watched them in a fast forward without sound, also only in order to make to find some frames so they would match up like funny with the words that I told. And I remember this guy in the head. And this is why I made this pose.
It's about to happen involuntarily to their bodies.
Seagal's about to try to murk us.
Farewell, milady.
Mind if I play? Somebody hand me a cue.
This is when Motion Bro kicks in for real for the people who know how to use it. What was that? Ah! Wilhelm Cry. Wilhelm Cry. The movie was just to change.
How's about a little nap?
Vernon! Oh, Vernon! You're behind this painting. Maybe you're under the bed. Oh, not under the bed. What about in here? Die! No! No!
Steven Seagal just snatched a lot of birthdays of a lot of potential motherfuckers. Potential birthdays also. What the fuck are these guys doing? I have already put a like. You guys also have to. It's out of justice when he walks into the bar. Right? He's the world's #1 comedian with more metal than metal. Yeah, right. I like this. Yeah, I like this comment. I love all the bad movies industry references about Oscar night, etc. in Hard to Kill. I don't know. I haven't watched the movie just yet. Were they references or they were just the cult classic of bad movies? I wanna fight Seagal when I'm really drunk so he can clothesline me and flip me around. Looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, it can kinda return us to the childhood when our fathers could do this to us. Now I can do it only to my kid. Ever heard the Steven Seagal song me when the punane? And guys, I'm working on a movie, on a video about Saturday Night Live. So if you have any clips, especially rare ones, and I'm going to enhance to the footage itself also, and include all the things that people talked about Steven Seagal on the set, and he was a bitch in the set also, as well, of course. Back on those days, like in 1991, he already was such a bitch. What? Out for Justice? Okay, Out for Justice. What's that about?
In 1991 Brooklyn, the streets are filled with trash. And not just any trash. This type of trash can only be disposed of by one man. And that man is Steven Seagal. So join me, Cringe Conrad, for the highlights of Out for Justice, starring Steven Seagal, playing himself inside a movie while you sit and watch the movie.
The best way to act is to not act.
And this video. The movie begins with the coolest introduction to an action star I've ever seen in my life. But immediately after, Seagal's partner is gunned down.
I don't fucking understand, really. How people thought that it was cool when they were such action movies such as Van Damme did, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone. How some people could even think that this throwing and this hand waving was anything but lame. I just don't understand till this day. And back in those days, when I was a kid, when I saw his movies, I also didn't understand them at all. Just I thought, yeah, this guy is just not for me, and that's it. Just like everybody else. just like Mark Dacascos. But Mark Dacascos is much more talented in this movie. And I saw a Driver. It was the ads in VHS cassettes. In many movies, it was heavily promoted. Driver with Mark Dacascos. It was the only movie that I know with this guy. And the trailers looked so fucking cool. And I haven't had a chance to watch it. Back those days in 90s. Maybe, I'm going to watch it still.
Down by the movie's villain, Richie Madonna. Meanwhile, Seagal
was it like reference to Rammstein?
Hangs out in some kind of vest robe thingy and sips on some delicious orange juice. But before long, he throws on his black beret to let everyone know he's a badass. The chief explains that the killer is someone Seagal and his now deceased partner grew up with. And Seagal says he knows exactly how to deal with this prick. Give me an unmarked car and a shotgun, he says, and I'll take care of the fucking job. Meanwhile, Seagal's soon-to-be ex-wife reminds him they have divorce papers to sign in the morning, to which he replies, "Who fucking cares?" At this point, the movie takes a detour as Seagal drives around aimlessly doing good deeds and sightseeing. First, a guy throws a puppy out his car window, so Seagal rescues it and prays for retribution. Then Seagal buys some seltzer water and asks a kid how his mother's doing.
How's your mother? Thank God.
Then Seagal is propositioned by a lady of the evening and laughs in her face because he can get with anyone he wants anyway.
Oh my God, did you hear what she said?
Oh my God.
Did I hear what she said? She wanted me to pay for sex. People pay me for sex.
Somehow this adds up to expert detective work when he stumbles upon Richie and his goons and a high-speed pursuit begins. And the best part is Seagal seems hell-bent on taking the bumpiest path possible for maximum efficiency. Eventually, Richie holds up at a meat market and has a few of his lackeys sacrifice themselves to Seagal so he and the rest can escape. And when Seagal arrives, the violence is too much for YouTube to bear, so I'll just play you some audio highlights instead.
Oh yeah, we watched that up to this point. No, I'm going to show it all in my video.
Afterwards, Seagal heads to a pet store and gets his new puppy some puppy chow. Man, this is actually kind of heartwarming. And the good vibes keep right on vibing when Seagal visits Richie's parents to reminisce about the good old days.
You told Richie to get a lawyer. Have him turn himself in. If not, I'm gonna kill him.
Next, he visits a pool hall to kick back and relax with some of his old friends on a low-key evening in Brooklyn.
Don't go pushing my patrons around, you pricks. Ain't cool.
What asshole?
Fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't understand why he thinks that this is okay to treat people like this in the movie, in the real life. But in the movie, when you suppose, like, that guy from Exit Wounds, Washington, said, like, I'm supposed to like you. We are supposed to like you. Why the fuck do you punch all of those innocent people? I don't really understand what the fuck is wrong with him. Why he thinks that it is okay.
Are you totally fucking nuts or what? You could have killed somebody upstairs. There ain't nobody upstairs. Motherfucker, you knocked my teeth out.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Seagal got in the butt.
I'm with Dom Vittorio, so that means you can't touch me.
That's right, I forgot.
Jesus. Turns out Seagal wasn't looking to mellow out.
Like, yeah, I just forget. My stomach turns, then I... This is not how in real life.
Can't touch me.
That's right, I forgot.
Look how
Jesus.
much time it took to him.
Turns out
to
Seagal wasn't looking to mellow
make
out
it
after
one
all.
punch.
I wonder what made him so
It
tense.
should not look like that, otherwise the guy is going to be prepared for that. This is going to be, if either you're doing it like very fast, boom, either you are not. You don't turn around like 180 degree.
Anybody seen Richie? I'm gonna keep coming back till somebody remembers seeing Richie.
And what?
Oh. Somebody should probably tell him where Richie is. Just saying. Next, Seagal recounts the story of how he whooped everybody's ass at the bar, which has already assumed legendary status. But a heckler in the bushes ruins his punchline.
Bing, bang, boom. You suck, you jackass. Hey, you! Get the fuck out of here!
Meanwhile, Richie hides out at an auto shop, but the cops somehow figure it out. And when the fuzz closes in, Richie's paranoia pins the problem on...
Now I already saw that. I also wanted to watch how, for example, Space Ice made the video about the Belly of the Beast. Because I don't really watch those guys. I don't have anything against them, but I just don't watch those channels, even though I probably should. But I think that if I watch, for example, Space Ice or the Red Eye reviews, it would affect on videos I make, because I don't wanna either way, you know. If I watch a video about the same movie I'm making from the Space Ice or another guy, it would affect on me making my video about it. I would definitely watch it and say, oh, this is so cool, I'm gonna fucking steal it to my video and make it my joke. This is going to happen. Just, I'm gonna snatch a joke. I don't wanna do this. That's why I don't watch his videos before I make a video about it. So, as I watched the video about the Belly of the Beast, I can enjoy watching it now.
Belly of the Beast is the last Steven Seagal movie where he actually seems like he gave a shit.
That's not true, and you know it.
It's still terrible.
I hope so. I hope it was the last movie, because I actually didn't have much fun doing a video about Code of Honor. There, he was absent. There was only goatee of Steven Seagal. He was absent. He was just not there. There were like shots of him included in the movie that were totally incoherent to the plot, and at least here, yeah, I really hope that, yeah, not the last. Come on.
Is by far the worst part of it, but still.
You got something else to say?
It starts out 10 years in the past, where Seagal and Ryu
Rue. His name is Rue.
are doing some high-level CIA shit.
Because when I watched the movie, they were talking about nothing actually, because everybody of them, they spoke about different things. It was just completely like they were set on different sets. I didn't even understand what anybody, they were just told, like, keep on conversation about some mafia stuff, and that's gonna be it. This is what it looks like, because Rue and Seagal talks about something, those guys talk about something completely else. It was so ridiculous, but it was like this ridiculous of all the rest of the movie, so I cut out the whole thing. Anyway, my video was like 18 minutes. I couldn't cut out more. I cut out, original video was 26 minutes long. 6 minutes. But yeah, this conversation
when
was
everything goes
awesome.
terribly right, and Ryu flips the f*** out, and
also you can see that this guy, Ryu, is covered with water, but the thing is, he just stumbled upon a bunch of buckets with water, and when he fell down, it was just a couple of puddles, and he is so much covered with water that he doesn't even see what's happening around him. And there is the mother with her daughter walking across. He just shoot it out with guns. They were gunshots. Bandits chasing him, and at the same time the mother goes and she doesn't even care about what's happening around. It was so hilarious. She just walks in the crossfire with her daughter in the shoulder, like, oh, I got shot. Oh. What were you expecting, milady?
executes this evil terrorist who's holding her small child.
You see, she doesn't even look at there. But he, just seconds ago, he stumbled upon those buckets with water because he shoot out the guy. He ran forward and he shoot back, and he falls, and then the couple of seconds happens. No, again.
We then get to the reason any of us watch a Steven Seagal movie, his elite level of athleticism. Steven Seagal did all his own stunts in this movie, and at no point was a body double used. See, that's definitely him. We then get this 100% necessary shoulder roll, him flying down from the second floor without making any noise,